Hello again, welcome back. After the creating our and the surface high speed toolpath and face toolpath, let's focus on here. Okay, when we consider and here actually, and we can create two different toolpaths. For example, we can start from here. This is our and the starting point of our radius and the end point of my radius. So we can split our product like this perspective, or we can create only one toolpath for and according to this contour, and then we can focus on our radius. Okay, and both of them is actually possible. So okay, anyway, let's create this one. Okay, I'm gonna turn back to the 2D and Z position, focusing here. This is the -35, and after that I'm gonna create curve on edge options, starting from here, and then this one, this one, this one, and this one, and then this one. Okay, so I also need to create for this one. Okay, everything seems fine. And after that we also need to create some boundary here, this one, this one, this one, and this one. And after that we can turn to the parallel to spiral line to extend our toolpath, for example, and with the maybe 20 millimeter, like this one, and this one. Okay, maybe 20 millimeter is, anyway, let's okay, it's okay, and then we can change it. Let me use the trim two entities options, so we can easily create some intersection point like this one, and then I can turn to the here mill toolpath and 2D high speed toolpath and dynamic milling. So of course it can be from outside options, and then this is my region area. I need to select this one. It's a region area, and then when we turn to here, actually we need to focus on the avoidance region here. This is gonna be my avoidance region, and then that's it. And let me turn to here, and then we can turn to the tool section. This is gonna be my tool, and then let me turn to the linking parameters. This is the 5 and the 3 and the 0, and then we can focus on here. This is the -35, and then let me focus here, and we can easily use that stuff, -35 divided by 2. Okay, so when we turn to here, this is actually my stock to leave on the wall. It can be maybe 0 point and 1 is enough, I think. And then stock to leave on the floor, it can be 0.25. It's okay. Okay, anyway, let me calculate my toolpath. We can also turn to the linking parameters and entry motion. We can use actually plunge only for this stuff, and then we can recalculate. We can and actually calculate our toolpath, and then that's it. It's created, and our toolpath like this. As you can see that 20 millimeters, it's not okay, and maybe we should make them 10. Let me hit here to lock my distance, and then we can easily turn back to the 2. And then after that, let me turn to the change section here. We can select this one and delete it, and then we can use the trim two entities options, this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one. And then I can turn to the geometry section and the region. We can select this one, and then we can recalculate our toolpath. And then it's okay. Let me turn back to the top view and backdot simulation. Let me turn to here, and then we're gonna see that our toolpath is calculated like this. So actually that's not also good for us. Maybe we should make them and 5 more for parallel line. Okay, let me focus here. You can also see that we can easily change our parameters according to after the simulation process. Actually, let me delete this one. Let me turn to the here and select this one as a region. Yeah, that's fine. And everything seems fine right now. Okay, and this is actually our roughing process. Okay, so like this one. So according to my stock actually, and we're gonna get that kind of toolpath. Okay, everything seems fine right now. Okay, after that, and actually we can easily turn to here, and then I can turn to the 5mm, and then let me turn to the here, and we can easily create our line like this. And this one, and we can turn to the mill toolpath, and contour toolpath is enough for us. I just need to select this profile, and then I can prefer to use the dot tool. And as a linking parameters, we can start from here as a fit plane 3 and top of stock 0, and as a depth I can click here, this is the -30, and then as a depth we can here and write and the 5mm. I can turn to the lead-in parameters, it can be 0 and 25% of my tool diameter with that degree, and then we can calculate our toolpath. Okay, so this is actually finished toolpath. Can be actually we can, that's why we can turn to this of 1mm. So this is, oops, sorry, this is the roughing process actually. So I can turn to here as a cut parameters, it can be 0.1. Oops, sorry, it is calculated automatically, so that's why I don't need to hit the and recalculate toolpath actually. Okay, and this is roughing process. And then let me turn back here, and we can easily turn to here, mill toolpath, oops, sorry, mill toolpath and surface finish toolpath and contour toolpath. And after that we can select all my body, and then as a constraint we can select this one and this one. Okay, according to my and the radius, maybe we should prefer to use and 10mm radius tool here. We can organize our cutting speed and the feed rate. Let me turn back to here. I need to activate the clearance plane as a 5mm, retract position can be 3, and feed plane can be 1. And then don't forget to write 0.1 as a similar and with my contour toolpath or more. For example, 0.15 is also possible. Okay, and then let me turn to here. We can activate optimize cut order. We can prefer to use the zigzag method with the conventional machining, and I prefer to use 0.5 millimeter as a step over. And then we can prefer to use the high speed, and then we can turn to here to organize my absolute coordinate. My absolute coordinate can be minus 30 to 35. And then let me calculate my toolpath. Okay, so let me analyze my position and the home and analyze. Okay, let me create some curve here. By turning to 3D, I can create some curve here, and then home, analyze, and sorry, we can turn to the here. Where is the point analyze? Sorry, analyze distance, analyze. Okay, let me create some point on here, and then we can turn to the home and analyze, and then analyze that point. So this is the minus 30 to minus 35. It's everything fine. So when we turn to here, actually we're gonna see that according to my perspective, maybe let me turn back to here. Why we cannot calculate in the toolpath here? This is the minus 30 to minus 35. Okay, okay, that's all about my boundary. We can turn to here, and we can unselect this part, and then delete them and hit the OK button. And then we can turn to the 2D and Z position 0, and then by selecting the chain method we can select this one and transform and project with the copy and hit the OK button. And then we can turn to the surface and flat boundary, and we can select this one to create my flat boundary. Okay, anyway, after that we can turn to here, and we can also select this one, and then we need to recalculate our toolpath, and then we're gonna see that kind of toolpath here. Let me check and my view and wireframe. We can only see that kind of toolpath here. It's created. Of course, it's also possible to change my radius. This is the 10 radius, and we prefer to use the 10 millimeter radius. We can turn to here and prefer to use the edit my tool, and we can turn to the 8 millimeter and tool radius, and then we can recalculate our toolpath. And then actually we can easily see that kind of toolpath is calculated. Okay, so